There we go. I think we're live.
We are.
Every time I do it, I'm panicking.
Where's the background?
We can't see the game. That's a good question. Stephen? Let's go and find Stephen. Why can't we see the game?
Technical geniuses that we are.
Ah, there we go.
Ooh.
We're live.
It's not Aaron and Sam, because it was meant to be, wasn't it?
It was meant to be.
But it's us.
It's us instead.
Sorry to disappoint.
Yeah. Or pleased we've cheered you up.
Yeah, indeed.
Whichever way it is. Fishing Fever is first one in, says hi.
Nice one.
Hello.
Fishing Fever.
Good to see you. So, we started doing a career, didn't we?
We did.
Last time.
So we're going to continue that career
And
for a few.
Yeah, we'll see how you get on. You're in the lead at the moment.
Winner.
If you look at the leaderboard, you
Start the
are
event.
in the role. So let's see if you can carry on. There we go. So K12 Outdoors, how you going? Zach Chandler, good to see you. GHC Duke Spook, how are you all? And Fishing Fever says, what division are you in? We are amateur bass at the moment, aren't we?
I believe so.
And you have broken the controller already.
Yes, it's cable.
Oh no. What are you doing? Don't do it on the keyboard, you'll have to...
There we go.
Has it got no charge?
Yeah. Oh, this needs to be connected.
Ah, there we go. So, we'll wait for this to load. How's everyone doing? Hope you're enjoying the game still. Thank you for all your feedback. We've received loads so far, loads of it. Already working on and locking in our first update, which we're aiming to get out to you in the next few weeks.
Indeed.
One thing I'll tell you straight away, which hopefully good news that we've seen a lot of, is that in multiplayer we are going to get rid of the time cap, so it can be unlimited.
Yeah.
A lot of people have asked for that. I think we changed it, and it was always uncapped, and now we put a cap on it. Blame Des. Hashtag blame Des.
Yeah. That's what I would.
So we fixed that, and that will be changed ready for the first update.
Good night fishing.
So we've got 7 Dropships says show some new bass boats. Well, we are on the Bass Cat at the moment. We've got the Evinrude engine on. You almost crashed it.
I did.
Good skills not to.
Yeah, indeed.
So there's no other new boats to show at the moment. This is the best boat you can use in the game. You can use some different wraps for it, but this is the main boat. So Mark is going to make sure he's got his favourite lure on. I reckon he's going to go for a rattle trap, a chrome rattle trap.
You reckon? No. I've changed actually. I must admit, if I've got enough money to get it, so I've got to. I like to use the natural.
Oh, okay.
I like to use this one,
which
has always done me well lately.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's the be all and end all of lures, but you got to go what you feel, haven't you?
Yeah. Fair play. So you're going to have to go in and now...
I've done that, now I have to change rods.
Change rods, number 3. There we go. So...
Let's see if it works. Nobody will be using this lure.
Scooby Hayes is hosting us. How are you going, Scooby Hayes? Is there any way you guys can fix the way the character holds the baitcaster? Hashtag blame Des. Yeah, we need to adjust that, and we also need to improve the reeling animation as well, so he's not constantly breaking his wrists when he reels in. So we're aware.
Yeah,
it's more of a cosmetic thing that we want to change. There's obviously big gameplay features we want to add, but we do need to improve that as well. Why is that boat 100,000 tackle points? That's too much, says John Frederick. John, we can look at balancing that. We've made it so expensive to try and reflect how much it costs in real life compared to how much it costs to buy a lure in real life, for example. So we can always play around with the balancing though and try and make it a bit cheaper. Please make landing fish on the tide land lake easier, says Caroline Gibbs. Caroline, I'm not going to upset you because I know you really like Stephen, but can you explain which lake you mean? Is Tideland the name of an event? Or do you mean Thailand? As in, maybe it's Thailand.
Yeah, possibly. Where is it?
There, just there. I'm pointing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think that may be Thailand, but let us know, Caroline, and we can feed that back.
Yeah, I think it probably is.
Mark Hayes, could you today please possibly show us in game where the best place to catch Lost Gigante from Lago del Mundo, please? Been fishing all over the place around there with no luck. Many thanks. Mark, I can tell you from one mark to another mark, this mark here, there's no chance that he could catch this fish in an hour. But after this tournament, we should go on Lago and we should see how you get on.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can see if we can try and find some cats.
I will buy 10 pieces of DLC for 10 people out of my own money if he catches that fish.
Well, there's a chat. Absolutely. Deal. Yeah. Right.
No cheating allowed. No console commands. That's the challenge. Okay. That is how confident I am that Mark won't be able to do it.
Oh, I love your faith in me.
Just a realist. Yeah. So.
Then I'm gonna. If I fail, I'm gonna make you buy 20 pieces of DLC. Yeah, and cancel all your annual leave.
JD Woody 82 says this game looks awesome. It is JD Woody, and that sounds like you haven't purchased it yet.
Do so.
Why not? Come and buy it right now and start playing it.
PlayStation,
jump
Xbox.
into career mode. See if you can beat all the pros that are in the game.
Exactly.
Have you guys ever fished with a bait caster? Says Bryson Glover. Yes, Bryson. A little bit. By my own admission, happy to admit that I'm more of a traditional spinning reel kind of guy. And when we've done our research trips out in the US, I predominantly used a spinning reel still, but we have used a bait caster a little bit. The guides always seem really nervous about letting us use it because they think we're just going to get massive bird's nests and tangle the line up in the reel all the way. But not massively, but understand how they work, have used them, understand the principles. Hope that helps. Presuming there's going to be a second question coming from that though.
We'd love to make it cross-platform. But it's a little bit hard.
Where's that coming? Can you make it cross-platform? Yeah, that is a real challenge.
Yes.
Not many games do that.
Yes.
Fortnite have done it, so now everyone's like, let's do it because everyone thinks we should be doing it because Fortnite have done it.
Not that easy.
But it isn't that easy. But we'd love to get to there one day. That's a real stretch goal. Is that a good phrase?
A stretch goal is a good phrase. I like it. I'm changing. Actually, this is a predator tournament. That's me not concentrating and just getting excited to fish. So.
Oh yeah, it's a predator.
Exactly. I just noticed all the lengths. So I've changed lures.
So you're really paying attention.
It's a great bass lure, that one. But hey.
Can you have more arch and bending in the rods when you have the fish on?
Yes.
Yes. We don't like how it bends at the moment either. We need to work that one out.
We are working on that.
We're trying to explain it to the dev guys, bless them. They'll get it. They'll understand it eventually and they'll make the changes. But it's all physics based, so it's not, again, it's a complex change, but it will be made, absolutely. Any more lakes from Thailand going to be added at all, says Ricky Castle. Not at the moment, Ricky. We've only just released Gillam's, obviously, and they've been good enough to allow us to do that venue, so we'll let you enjoy Gillam's for a little while, and we want to take the game to venues all around the world, so we'll do a tour of the world and then maybe come back to Thailand again.
Yeah. There's plenty of places in the world that contain the sort of fish that are in Gillam's. We can see you like catching these big fish, so watch this space. We're going to bring you some cool venues where big fish live.
Absolutely. So Caroline's come back and said she meant Gillam's, which is fair enough, Caroline. They're big fish, they're strong fish, so they take a long time to land, so inevitably the fight's going to take longer. But are you actually having problems at the final stage of the fight, trying to get them into the net, the auto sequence, or do you just want the fight to not take as long? If you can let us know that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Are you going to add tackle points to the career mode? That's a good suggestion, or a good question.
Yeah.
Not at the moment, but what do people feel about that? Let's throw that one out to all of you guys that are watching at the moment. How many of you feel that we should have tackle points in career mode? Or do you think it should be its own sort of separate functionality, which is what we have at the moment? Let's see what people say.
Yeah, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yep. Any more detail what's going to happen towards float fishing? Talk of a bit of love to make more appealing, says Stacey. Absolutely, Stacey. We've had a meeting today, actually. And in the next few months, we're looking to increase the options in float fishing. being able to adjust the depth, and at the same time add zig rig fishing for the opposite way of float fishing for carp.
Indeed.
So yes, watch this space.
Which is going to be
Plans are in place and progress is being made. So let's see. Jam says, feels like I'm playing for nothing, so you should have tackle points in career mode. Jam, you're not playing for nothing. What you're playing for is fictional prize money and social media followers to then trigger sponsorship opportunities. So it's not a case of playing for nothing, but if you feel that's not enough, and if other people agree with you, then shout at us, and we're always happy to look to make changes.
Absolutely.
So
we need to, because my fishing's terrible.
So Caroline says, yes, I'm having problems with landing the fish. My line keeps breaking. Caroline, make sure on Gillam's you are using the real heavy line
£80
and the big
braid.
rods, £80 braids to catch £500 fish. So use the £80 Gillam's braid that's gone into the game as well, and use really strong rods, 13-foot rods if you can, and really pump the fish. So pump the fish, and then as you drop the rods, reel in the slack, and that's the best way of catching those monster fish.
Exactly that.
But expect it to take a long time because they are huge fish.
It would do in real life, over an hour in real life.
So Pikeinator, I'm guessing is a pike angler there.
Nice.
Is
Cool.
would you ever add rivers with carp and barbel, even pike? That would be amazing. Yes, we want to, but we want to do it properly. So we want there to be a proper flow. We want you to be able to trot a float, all those kind of things you'd expect with river fishing. So again, that's one of those watch this space kind of thing. But we know about the want for river fishing, and we want to do it as well.
We do, yeah. It'd be cool
bear
for
with us.
flowing, trotting down the river.
I still haven't caught panfish using the float on bass waters. What baits are you using there? The best baits to use are things like worms. Using chopped worm or whole worms will hopefully catch you the panfish. Try fishing from the dock as well, like where the boats go out. If you go there with a rod in hand and fish from the jetty, then you've got a great chance of catching the panfish, I'd say. That's my top tip for you there. Boone 3088, I think the pike fights last too long. In real life, pike fights are short. They have a few bursts in them with the occasional tail walk. It's really good feedback, thank you. And we also feel that some of the bass fights are too long now as well.
Yep.
And that is being looked into and adjusted accordingly. Won't be in our first update, but in the next few months, again, we'll be playing around with the fish fighting, always trying to improve that. So bear with us. Sorry on that. What else have we got here? Are you going to add more time when playing with friends? Because 60 minutes doesn't seem long enough. Yeah, as I said at the start, the first update is the content of it is being locked down now, and it's being implemented and tested, and we'll then go through the submission process. So we're hoping in the next few weeks, sort of mid-August time, we're hoping that the first update will be available for you guys. And one of the main things that will be in there that's already been fixed is unlimited time in multiplayer. So you can go back to playing for as long as you like. Doesn't need to be a competition.
No, just more relaxing that way.
Chill out with your friends in
exactly.
multiplayer. So that has been fixed and will be included.
This feels like a big fish, actually, 'cause I've been playing it quite a while.
Jam says, you're not winning this round. That's a very good shout.
That's why I'm using Stephen's account. No,
but
I'm struggling at the moment.
I think he's, we all know Mark just tries to catch the big fish. So one fish here could get him right up the leaderboard.
Feels like a reasonable size, but
the good thing as well, the longer this takes, the less time he's got to catch the big catfish on Largo. So
not the big catfish, a big catfish.
No, the catfish was named. You've got to catch that catfish.
No, that's not fair.
That was my deal.
No.
That was my deal on buying DLC.
I would need more time to scope that out.
So Pikeinator says, fish the River Ribble, if you know where that is. We do know where the River Ribble, easy for me to say, is. And yes, lots of great rivers to take into account once we once we're able to do it. So, it's a nice pike.
It's a nice pike.
28
28
inches.
28
We're all
inches.
about the inches in this tournament, aren't we?
Yeah.
Why is the guy wearing sunglasses in the dark?
Well, because he's
Too cool for school.
too cool for school, isn't he?
Clearly.
He's rocking it. He doesn't want to see
So,
anybody to see the whites of his
Congratulations.
eyes.
That's got you to 90 seconds.
Yeah, that dropped me from 99 to 90 seconds.
Let's see if you can get a top 80 finish.
We need another
Yeah.
fish and fast.
Oh, so I've just seen one in here. We could talk for hours on this one, but I'm going to get you to answer this question
Go on
very
then.
quickly. Have you thought of adding underwater cameras?
I've thought about it. I've tried to unthink about it. I don't know. I'm of mixed decision.
We
about
can't make a decision.
I can't. Yeah. Part of me is like I think the graphics will be really cool. Our fish look amazing. But then the fishing fanatic sim game producer, says that.
You can't catch fish.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people say that to me, but I don't know. You can't see under the water when you're fishing. So part of me is like, but with modern technology coming more and more into fishing, but I'm being swayed. I want to see it. I think we'll look into it. Don't you think? I want to see what it looks like, built in our engine, and I know our fish are going to look awesome. I know that means we'll have to work on the lures and the baits underwater and how they're presented. So it can only be a good thing. How's that for an answer?
Yeah, told you we could talk for
Yeah,
ages.
exactly. Yeah, don't get me started.
Yeah. I think we should look to do it, but it should only be allowed for certain.
Yeah, of course.
things.
You can't have it in tournaments.
So when you're in career mode in tournaments,
No,
it should just automatically be disabled.
Or you get 2 or 3 looks, so you can see how your rig's working.
Maybe you could do it for a penalty.
Well, mate, it's a bit like you
lose
get
a minute or
you get 3
lose a
shots of
pound your
VAR
weight or
during a
something.
football match. You get
We're going to get VAR in fishing.
well, you get 3 calls. You get 3 5-second views or something like that, so that you can see the under the lake, see what the surface of the bed of the lake's like, see how your lure's looking, see if you're retrieving it in the right way, and then that's it. And everybody gets the same. So whether you choose to use them or not is up to you. I think in a tournament you would be decided not to, but it's not unlimited.
Can I
You
just
select
say
it.
you've gone back to 99th?
I don't. It's all about the taking part.
Okay.
Okay, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Don't.
Wow.
Let's not.
Wow.
Let's not get in there. Okay. Let's find another spot. It's harder in the dark.
Watch out for those rocks.
Look, I could drive a boat. I might not be able to catch fish.
You've just driven past loads of fish there.
I know.
You got your own spot though to go to.
I've got a spot up here.
Oh, okay. Does that spot work in the dark though?
We'll find out when we get there. It's got big fish in it though. There's some big fish around here. We're just going to stop here.
Very precise.
Well, mate.
Sorry guys, I'm
Far too busy watching me. You're miles away.
I'm too busy. I'm intrigued by how Mark's going to rescue this in 3.5 minutes. He's now gone last.
See, well, you can't win them all. It's proof.
Stone last, so I've missed out on loads of things. But
tournament.
hopefully, you guys are helping each other out.
Predators for tournament fishing is not easy. Just
Artful
proves
Dodger.
it.
I've just seen something from Artful Dodger that's caught my eye. He said,
What's that?
I'd love this game in VR.
In VR, it'd be really good. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's the future of gaming, I think, eventually.
We're watching the VR market, aren't we?
Yeah, of course.
When the market is stable and big
enough,
we would love to do this in VR. Absolutely.
it just needs to be, we want to make it, it's got to be worthy by then, hasn't it?
So Stephen's all over this for us as well. So
Go on, Stephen.
Go on, Stephen. We can watch Mark fail.
Look, it's a tough, Predator challenges are tough.
Oh, there you go. Wobbly Captain's made a very good point.
What's that?
Underwater camera, might as well go scuba diving, lol. Don't do it. Another game has it, how they did it. Seriously, it isn't cool. Only thing I would say, Wobbly Captain, is if we did do it, we would do it
cool.
properly.
It would be the DBs.
Yeah. We would want to do it properly. So,
we are
it's an emotive subject in the office and amongst the community.
We are toying with our conscience at the moment.
We are.
It's a bit like the bait boat scenario, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I think someone mentioned about bait boats.
It's another touchy subject.
Are bait boats cheating?
I think
as a carp angler, are bait boats cheating?
I think on venues where if you're only fishing at 80 yards, then they're pointless because you can cast that far. But if you're fishing a big venue and you know that the fish are 240 yards away and you can't cast 240 yards,
that's when you've got to row your boat.
Yeah, but if you can't, you might not be allowed to.
Okay.
So I think they have their again. I think they have their. If you're fishing a really snaggy water with overhanging trees, I think some of your partner would say learn to cast, flick it under trees, but you'd lose a lot of rigs, wouldn't you? And I think we have to accept that
people can. I think they're okay if they're used in the right way.
We have to accept that technology will encroach into everything. You could say the same about drones, using drones on big waters to spot fish. But we've got to have a good friend of ours that it's a matter of 2 hours. It's a matter of 3 hours walking a lake, or 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And you're fishing on fish, and surely that's why we go fishing, to be on fish.
Yep.
So, yeah, always arguments. This isn't coming in, is it? In 40 seconds. But hey, I reckon this fish was at least 45 pound. It's 45 inches.
Do you think? So you would have won?
I would have won it.
Well, I think you've still got 30 seconds. I think you're playing it. There you go. There, start playing it properly.
We're bullying it.
See? Look, all of a sudden.
It's going to come off. It's coming up. It's coming up. That's far too much.
Come on, 18, 15 seconds. Can you pull it in? See?
That's a bass.
That might count.
Yeah.
I think that will count.
Yeah.
How long is it? 10 inches though. That's going to get you up to maybe in the 80s.
98.
80th. There you
go. And it finishes.
That's how not to play a tournament, everyone.
Well, that's how not to play a bass tournament, a predator tournament. So it isn't that easy.
Yeah, we just destroyed Stephen's stats. That's all. So it's all good. So
Stephen does a good job of that. It's fine. Believe you me. So what did first win? What were they?
Who was it? Oh, it's the Ridge Monkey children.
The daughter of a friend of ours.
Have smashed the top 5.
Nice.
So
that's good though. Excellent. Well, that's how not to do that.
New position, 54th.
Was he winning?
He was winning.
Oh, Stephen. Oops.
Sorry, mate.
So that's what happens when you try to talk about. You get me on subjects that are
exactly.
reasonably opinionated on.
Yeah.
Well, what are we doing now?
We've got to go to Largo.
We have got to go to Largo.
Let's go to Largo. Out you come.
Boom. Fishing trip. Where are we? Largo del Mundo.
Make sure you've got your... Are
yeah.
you going on the boat or... No, we want to go carp default because we're going... We're going from the shoreline to catch the catfish, aren't we?
Well, we can still catch cats from the boat, though, can't we? No, we'll go. No, we'll go from the. Let's get the sunrise morning course tackle. We will go from the thingy.
Course. Rather than carp. Wow.
No, we'll
Let's
go
see
carp.
Oh no! I thought you were going to try and catch catfish with maggots.
Catfish with maggots. We'd have to eat a lot. It'd be like a pint in one go. Right, let's have a look up here. Where are we going to go?
Big decision.
It is actually. It is. It's important.
Well, there's a lot riding on this.
You haven't got your wallet out.
My bank account is right.
Exactly, yeah. Right, this is a 4-hour stream, everybody. Just letting you know. Until Darren has to fork out some wedge.
So one thing, I'll jump in quickly because, like I say, I've been concentrating on this with Mark, but the chat is obviously ongoing, and someone has just come in and said, I hope they read these comments after. Lol. I can assure you, we will read the comments afterwards. I'm sorry we're not responding to as many this evening, and obviously Stephen is in there responding to people as and when he can as well. So yeah, don't worry if I haven't acknowledged what you've said during this stream. We read it all back. So any feedback, as long as it's constructive, like we always say, we'll be reading and we'll act upon. So don't worry if I'm not calling you out as such.
There's another thing that's going as the update, isn't it?
What's that?
Putting these all at the top.
Yeah. So anything that you own will appear at the top already, rather than you having to scroll all the way through for you to find what you already own.
Yeah.
So you're struggling there.
No, I'm just trying to look for some bait.
Some pop-up tiger nuts.
I don't really want to fish pop-ups. I haven't got any. I haven't got enough money to buy anything else. So
No.
we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at those.
You're handicapped already.
So you tell me. It's not helping.
Oh, if you go to a 2, you might be lucky, and there might be dead baits unlocked already. Go and have a look. So that's one thing, guys. People were.
The 6-inch smell. That's going to help.
So there you go. So that's a little example of something that I think few people are struggling with. The dead baits are available, but you need to be using or equipping yourself with a size 2 hook. No size 2 hook equals no dead baits. So if you want to use a dead bait, make sure you've got a size 2 hook in use as well.
I'll use the big hooks.
Big Timer J, where's the 200-pounder spot, Darren? He moves around, Big Timer J, so Mark is hedging his bets with going in the middle of the lake, I think.
I like using it. I like personally like fishing the smaller bays, but I've caught a few big fish from small bays, but I've got options there on that point, either open water or around the corner. So that's kind of my reason.
Stephen's jumped in, said he's moved houses now further up to the north.
Has he?
Well,
there you go. Inside information. Well, one of the big cats anyway. Well, let's go. Let's do this. So if I can get in 100 and well, we got 150-pound cat, 140-pound cat.
no, you got to catch the big one. Well, you can try and catch a big cat, but for the bet to be fulfilled, you've got to catch the big one.
Well,
and if you do catch it, I'm going to very quickly turn everything off
so nobody can
so
see.
no one sees it.
I love it. Well, maybe on a safe bet, but we'll see.
So I think we've got Aaron and Sam on there next week, haven't we?
Yeah.
So I think just looking at some things that are coming in, we need to get Aaron and Sam catching panfish on float.
That's a good idea.
That is their challenge for next week.
I'll smash this one out in 5 minutes and then we can do
So
that as well.
okay. Wow. Why are you wearing a hoodie in the middle of the Spanish sun?
It's got a bit of a chill.
Okay. Where are you going?
So I can see my markers. I like to. Have a bit of a wander around. Survey the scenery.
Oh yeah.
Probably like it.
So you've gone up. I like this. So you've gone up to a vantage point.
Yeah.
Looking for signs. Yeah.
Give it tells. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll move one of those rods if I have to.
You're a real angler, aren't you?
Yes, I try to be. Oh, that bite. Egg it.
Quick, run. No, you need to be sprinting down to that.
Don't run from him, Mum. There we go. Right, let's get this in. If this is that catfish, I would crack up.
No one will know. There is a very small delay.
Where's the plug?
There's a very small delay on the stream.
Yeah.
And if the screen goes blank.
Which catfish has it got to be? Did you name it?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Loss. I can't remember his name. It sounds like Megalodon. Stephen, if you are in this chat, just send some advice out on how to catch the panfish on the float, and let these guys know, because my advice is using chopworm and fishing from the jetties or the docks where you normally go out on the boat from. If you've got anything better than that, Stephen, then let these guys know.
Come on.
So what are you thinking so far?
Well, it took a lot of line, but it's not. Oh, it's a carp. It's on rod 3, which had a dead bait on it. No, is it on rod 2? It's on rod 2, so it's a carp because it had a boilie on it.
Okay. So are you willing to risk it and play it in, or are you going to just try?
I want to see it. I'm not letting it go.
Okay.
Just in case. That'd be foolish.
27 minutes and counting.
Just what you're just saying. I don't want to. I'm an angler. I want to get it in. I want to see it.
I reckon this lake is famous for big fish, right?
Yes.
So if you don't catch anything over £60,
yeah,
you've got to buy me lunch.
Oh, this has just gone from bad to worse.
That sounds fair, right, people? £60 plus fish on Largo in the next 20 minutes or so. Otherwise, Mark buys me lunch this week.
No, next Thursday.
Private joke there.
That's your fault. Well, that's definitely not a bet we're taking. So you put me off there. Keen. I was too keen. I feel disappointed now. I hate losing fish, even digital ones.
Please add commentary to the tournament mode.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Really cool. Yes.
Yeah, we'd like that.
We'll check out some of Scott Martin. Maybe.
Make sure you follow Scott Martin. Some of his Instagram stories and some things we're going to be doing
some
with
cool
him.
Stuff.
It's going to be really funny, really good to watch.
Yeah, he's a good bloke.
Yep. So this, in theory, is going to be a cat, right?
Well, it's on the smelt rod, but you can never tell.
It's taking line.
It is now. Came in, but then
this could save you having to buy me lunch.
Well, nobody ever know. I'll just switch it off. It's a delay, you know. I'll be like, oh my god, it's £80, and then just switch it off.
And then the screen goes blank.
No. Well, it might be a cat. It's a big cat. What's going on over here? We're far too busy betting with each other.
Wobbly Captain, an underwater camera of the fish taking the bait action shot might look cool if you could pull it off.
I think that's where we're.
Well, that's what we'd be aiming for.
Yeah.
We wouldn't just do like your Sega Bass underwater camera type thing. That wouldn't cut it.
You're not fishing underwater. I don't think anyway.
If we did it, we'd do it properly. Ultimately.
Yeah. It's about, we could use a deeper or what's the Dave Lane one, the Fish Spy, to see what's the lake bed's like.
Yep.
To see whether you're fishing. If you're going to go for 3 days, you want to make sure you're in the right spot. I don't necessarily have a problem if you're using it. It's not going to help you catch fish. It just put you in the right place. So you've still got to take your hook. So I think in that sense.
So Live Fantasy says try not to go up to 54 this time, lol. So clearly, if you make sure you concentrate, you might actually land this fish this time.
Stop trying to take my money.
So, I would love to fish on the same boat with buddies, says Bayway 41510. Yep.
Yes.
That's another sort of longer term goal. Unlimited multiplayer in terms of, i.e., not capped at 4 people, being able to fish on the same boat with a co-angler. Tournaments with 2 people on the boat fishing together, multiplayer team battles, all that kind of thing is very much where we want to take it in the future. And I did saw something else there. A couple of people have asked about the next update and what is in it. So we are working hard on the next update. We are more or less locking down the content for it. We'll then be making the changes, fixing the issues, testing it, sending it to first parties, and we will let you know as soon as possible. But a couple of headlines for it at the moment are, one of the main headlines is allowing unlimited multiplayer time. A lot of people have been asking for that, so we're getting rid of the cap on multiplayer. Little cosmetic things such as when you go to customise your tackle box, all the items that you own will appear at the top straight away rather than you having to scroll all the way through for them.
Simple thing.
So lots of changes based on your feedback that we've received. So looking at some multiplayer issues as well.
Yeah, bug fixes and stuff like that.
Yeah. So Richard Mason, fourth time I've asked now, why is pike fishing on the EU lakes so slow and difficult?
In what sense?
It depends on the venue you're fishing, Richard. If you're fishing on Manor or Gigantica or somewhere like that, there's just not that many pike in there, so that it is going to be slow. If you're fishing on Gisario Besti, is much more of a predator lake, so you should have a lot more predator fish in there, and it should speed up. But if you need any tips on it as such, then Stephen will shout you some tips as well. What else have we got coming in there? Can you tune down the fight times? The muskies are taking a real long time to get in now. Yeah, we touched on that earlier. We're looking to improve the fish fighting in general. The bass, the pike, the muskie all take a little bit too long at times. So we're working to adjust that. That's not going to be in the first update. It's a real balancing issue that we're doing there, so it will take a little while. But yeah, we're on that. No problem. Scooby Hayes, are you working on making multiplayer better? Come on, Scooby Hayes, you know better than that. What do you mean? Give us some. What would be better in your opinion? We've just released this update with custom multiplayer, with loads more options in it. But what more do you want? What's it missing at the moment?
What's better?
Let's see. PKKK, can you put a monster in this game? An unknown fish, 1,000 to 2,000 pounds like Nessie, and no information in the box fish list until you catch it. A fantasy type fish. Something like that would be quite cool,
It's
actually.
a thought.
Trying to see if we could do something like that.
Might put something in at Christmas.
Musaka, can you fix the muskies in Lake Dillon? Musaka, can you expand? What do you mean, can you fix the muskies in Lake Dillon? I'm not sure what you mean by that, so give us some more information. Multiplayer is unplayable because when you catch a fish you start spinning out of control when you're not the host. What platform is that on, please, Bayway, and we will look into that for you. Not aware of that issue at the moment. Game looks amazing. Lovely proto update. Knew it from day one it's going to be good. Thank you very much, Wobbly Captain. We appreciate that. Bayway 41510 says PS4. Thank you. We will log that and try and replicate that and see what's going on. Marmaduke, timeline on sea fishing. Long time, I'm afraid, Marmaduke.
Yeah.
In terms of,
unfortunately,
not this year for sure. Probably not next year either at the moment. Do sea fishing and do it properly.
Yeah.
That's a long-term aim. That's the whole under the Fishing Sim World umbrella. All different types of fishing all around the world.
Certainly not this year. Next year,
maybe
it's closer than.
Yeah.
It's more likely.
Lots to do still on bass fishing and carp fishing still at the moment, and making it even greater. So, best spots to fish for boss fish on the American lakes. Do they move around or hold the same position in the lake? Zach, they do move around different areas of the lake, if that makes sense. So a 2,500 acre lake, they're not going to be in one spot at one time and then at 2,500 acres away at another, but they could move around within like 100 acres or so. So I think Stephen's looking at doing some articles and guides on boss fish and trying to give you a few little hints on where the boss fish.
Some spots.
Yeah, you got a bite on there. So yes. Scooby Hayes, multiplayer, needs fixing. Okay, if host but not host, it's bad. On bass boats, it's bad, and there are a few issues on the bank as well.
We'll get that checked out.
Look into that. It's all about testing and sheer numbers of people being able to test it. So we will follow up on it. I know that we've got our bug lists and we've got all of our Kayako tickets that we go through, and that's all part of what we're working on this first update. So we are looking into that. So Mohammed Curry, read my post please, Darren. Mohammed, this timeline is moving along so quickly. If I look away for 30 seconds or so, there's every chance it's gone, which it has done. So please, if you retype it now, I promise I'll read it. So, what else have we got? Dedicated service multiplayer, Darren. No one likes clients. It's big time at J. And Scooby, I'll get 4 people in game tonight and stream it so you can watch. Thank you, Scooby Hayes. Yep, dedicated servers as well. Something we're looking at. Again, it's not going to be a short-term thing, but really opening multiplayer up is something we really want to do. Can you pan float fish from the boat? Yes, I believe you can, can't you? You certainly should be able to.
Yeah, you can select a float on one of the rods.
Yep. So that should be fine.
You can only fish with the one rod, but you can select a float with the rod.
Yep. Is there a bounty on Marshall? No, I don't think so. I think we did a bounty initially and someone caught him, and he's got lots of goodies from us. But we will do something similar. Yes. We'll choose a boss fish, and we'll post it on our social media about the fish that you need to catch this week to win a prize. Have you to catch cat on dead bait on Lago del Mundo or catch his pike?
So far, so accurate.
Yeah, that's what you're finding as well. It looks like we need to wade through the pike a little bit. Maybe
catfish will, and they'll be there.
That's maybe a balancing issue that we need to look at as well. Let's see what's coming in. Add river fishing. Yeah, we want to. We talked about that earlier. We want to do river fishing, but we want to do it properly with a proper flow and all the techniques for river fishing. So, excuse me, that is something that's on the list, isn't it?
Absolutely.
How are you getting on? You're failing miserably, aren't you?
Well,
looks like you are buying lunch at the moment.
Catching cats. I didn't take that up. I didn't take that back.
Maybe you need to try a different spot. Rod number 1 hasn't done a lot for you, has it?
It hasn't. We'll put it back out again somewhere.
Smelt on all 3.
Well, I wanted to up the lift of catching some cats, because I've caught cats on dead bait before.
So the Hampshire carp angler. Any tips on how to catch Kempy's linear? He loves a boilie. He loves a big boilie. I'm not going to say any more than that, because I think that's saying enough already, don't you?
I think so. You're giving it, yeah.
So Mohammed Curry, please read out my comment, and I presume this is what you wrote initially. So I guess you're talking about multiplayer as well, saying it's too laggy and buggy to host a private comp at the minute with your friends. Would be nice if it was fixed, please.
Well, in that case.
But yeah, multiplayer. We know there's some issues with multiplayer. They're all being looked at, and as many of them as possible are being fixed in this first update. As we said, bear with us. I better squeeze back in. I've almost come off the screen here. First update, we're looking for like mid-August, and we're fixing everything as we speak. And we'll be able to give you a full sort of bug fix update in the next few weeks as to what you can expect to see as well. So we are on it. We hear you, and we are on it. Absolutely. More baits with fry and stick. It's currently limited. Yeah, we can look at that. We sort of just say boilies, but we don't break it down as to what boil is. We got a fan from Kenya watching us. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us from Kenya. What kind of fishing do you do out there? That'd be cool to know, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
So, if you start fishing in the morning, does time cycle to evening or stays morning while fishing? It will cycle through all the different times of the day. Eventually, you need to be fishing for quite a long time to get from morning to evening, because you've also got to get. It replicates the real time of the day, so it's going to take a little while to get through there, but it will cycle across eventually for you. Wind direction indicator is a great idea. Adding more drift and water clarity are big on our future features as well. So that's coming in. How and where can I catch basilisk? Stephen, can you help out on that at all? Part of the fun of the boss fish is to try and make them difficult. They are trying to reflect real life. Anglers will campaign for years to try and catch one fish. We're not expecting you to play the game for years to be able to catch one fish, but we do want there to be a certain element of difficulty and mystery around it. So, but Stephen will give you some tips, no problem. What else have we got here? So our man in, very presumptuous. Our person from Kenya does go bass fishing in Kenya.
Nice.
That'd be awesome. We should do a Kenyan bass lake.
Kenyan bass lake.
How big do they get out there? Are we talking like
bass
largemouth, like Southern American largemouth size, or are they a bit smaller? What kind of size should we be thinking about there? We'd like to see an option where you can out markers for your spots on the lake, and maybe every marker has its own colour for different fish. One thing that we are looking to do, again, sort of mid to long term, is waypoints. We want to be able to let you mark on your GPS favourite spots where you've fished, where you've had some luck for future reference. So that's something we're looking at. And I've just pushed the thing on my chair and boom. If anyone noticed that.
Well, you just suddenly got down and up. Your Darren just got shorter.
Can we get a dovetail request tournament idea for our North American group? We gave one last time, me and you, didn't we?
Didn't we? Can we just have some float pan fishing? Catching some panfish.
Yeah, because everyone's asking about it. Let a panfish
float
on the float tournament.
Yeah, send us some screenshots. Get the group to send some screenshots over,
and we can share it to the community.
We'll share it
how you guys smashed it.
How it is possible, and you guys will probably knock it out of the park.
Caroline says she's sorry. She's saying sorry to me. Caroline, you don't have to apologise. Appreciate what you're doing. We're doing our best. We appreciate how passionate everyone is as well. So
we want you to be.
No issues with that whatsoever. Caroline was doing a little bit of policing for us just a moment ago, but it's all good. It's all good. We say, if we don't answer your comment in this feed, and there are lots of comments, we will go back through them all and take them all on board. If there's anything that we can help you with, we'll get back to you. We'll try and direct you to Kayako to talk to you individually about it. But don't apologise. Caroline, you don't need to apologise, but thank you. And guys, don't worry about sending suggestions, feedback, problems. That's what we want.
The more feedback we get,
keep it clean, keep it constructive. We're always happy to talk.
The better we can make
this
game, by the more comments we get. So, isn't that true?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how we improve. You guys play it all the time. You're out there playing it. We can do what we can do in the studio. We can test it in the studio. But the size of the teams, the moment we put it out to the public and you guys, all of a sudden you go from 10 people testing it to 50,000 people playing it. You're going to find things that we're not going to find.
Yep.
You're going to give us opinions that we don't have, and we love that.
Yep.
Absolutely love it.
And we need to work on it. But
but it has to be constructive. Otherwise, there's not a lot we can do with it.
Every game, I know, you take some of the biggest games in the world, like FIFA, and some of the bugs that sneak through and that to begin with, and some of the screenshots you see people take are hilarious.
They've got 400 people testing their games.
It happens. So, we're doing all we can and always happy to talk to you guys.
But you guys know from our social media and how regularly we post that, we will fix these. We do it when we launched in September. We put out 10 patches regularly. And we will get back to you. We respond quickly. We want you guys to know that we're on it. But things take time.
Yep, absolutely. But no dice 99. Do the devs have a sense of humour? I hooked a trout that must have flown 5-7 feet to the air in the middle of the fight, and drove back down. Thought to myself, someone had fun doing this.
I reckon
we've seen a couple of screenshots of carp coming floating out of the water and almost taking the angler's head off. And to be honest with you, that's hilarious.
I wish you'd have recorded it.
Yeah, and I think that should be one of the last things we fix, because it is really funny.
Yeah, exactly.
no, it's obviously a bug and one that we'll be fixing and looking into. But we're having some fun laughing at that. It shouldn't have got in there. Don't know how it got in there. But it is kind of funny.
Yeah. I did see one the other day where the guy was carp fishing, and just the carp just sort of swam out of the water and past his ear, which I thought was brilliant. Yeah. It's a bigger carp than I caught.
New hashtag, blame Des.
Exactly, that is.
Especially while he's on holiday and he can't defend himself. Let's blame him.
Yeah, so. Hashtag blame Des. There we go, T-shirts for that.
Yeah. What we won't be getting T-shirts is hashtag eels. No,
I think we will. You've not had. Did you have any of that?
No, it's going on. It's still going on.
So it is. Look,
it's taken me 53 minutes to buy it, so to speak.
I'm gonna.
And so Tyler, how do quit a career to fish for a different species? That is another thing. Another headline for this first patch is the ability to restart your career. At the moment,
yes,
you cannot restart a career. Once you're in a career, because it's sort of it keeps evolving season to season to season, you can't turn your career off and say I want to start again. But in this first update, you will be able to. So that is a change. Stingrays in the future. Freshwater stingrays, that would be cool.
Would.
Definitely something to look at. More invisible airplanes, please.
More invisible.
You can hear them, but you can't see them.
Well, it's cloudy. It's England.
Let's see what else. Any possibility of adding a fishing lodge to display trophy fish? We've talked about this different ways. You got your angler's log, which has got all your records at the moment.
We have talked about
a trophy cabinet or a lodge
stock pond
or a stock pond. Definitely something that we should add. Again, it's not massive gameplay, and we've got big gameplay features that we want to add. But it's like we say, it's all about priorities and that. But doing something like that, so you can observe or show off or look at your best fish, is definitely something we should be looking to do. So we've got about 5 minutes left. This is our 5-minute warning, if you like.
Yeah.
Mark is playing a fish at the moment. It's not going to be £60, I don't think.
It's not going to be a pike. It's going to be a pike.
My wallet, my money is safe. I'm not going to have to go and buy loads of people DLC. And
but we will give away
Mark
something.
is going to have to dip into his wallet and buy me lunch by the looks of things. But we have got some really cool competitions coming up.
We have actually, yes.
It's a great way to finish the stream.
It is.
We are working on some really cool competitions that hopefully you guys will love. We've got some bass rods to give away.
Reels.
We've got some clothing to give away. We've got reels. We've got some carp gear to give away.
Lures.
Signed Scott Martin apparel and caps, and we're going to give away some codes for the game or for pieces of DLC. I should stop calling it DLC, for additional purchases or
content,
add-on content.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on our social media. There's going to be loads going on in the next week or so. Lots of competitions. Lots of chances for you to win. Tell your friends, get them to join in. Share the posts, tag your friends into it. And like we say, we are working hard on the first update. We're aiming for the first update to be out in the next few weeks, mid-August time.
Yeah.
Lots of the little things that you're finding annoying will be fixed in this update. Lots of gameplay improvements. Looking at multiplayer as well. Being able to restart your career mode sounds a simple thing. Should have given you the option to start with. Heard your feedback, fixed it.
Exactly. That's what we're about.
That's what we try to do.
That's what we're about.
So
we can't get it right every time. So we need you to tell us.
What? Quick question from Richard Mason. So while we finish here, what is the biggest non-trophy carp in EU lakes, please? That is a really good question, Richard.
Biggest non.
I'm going to say it must be on Gigantica, where they go to over £50, but aren't necessarily a trophy fish.
Yeah,
so the real big carp, best place to go is Gigantica.
Yeah. That's not a bad sized pike though to end, I think. I mean, it's not £60, but it's never going to be.
Yeah. So K12 Outdoors, please catch a channel catfish with dead baits on the stream. We will look to do that for you next year.
What
happened?
It was a £12. It was a £21 pike.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was.
That's fine. I got it.
Yeah.
There's that one.
Nice.
One there.
But
so
it wasn't.
But it's the biggest one of the day.
But it wasn't over £60.
No, that was a tough ask.
So I'll be thinking about where I want Mark to take me for lunch. Next time we're on, we'll feed back and I'll let you know, because I know you lot really care.
It's going to be Greg's.
So guys, we're
sharing a double sandwich as well.
Can we have a vegan sausage roll?
Of course we can.
So we're like on trend.
Exactly. Oh yes. So what can we say to that?
Guys, let's thank you very much for joining us as always. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I say, look out for the update coming in the next couple of weeks. Look out for all the competitions across our social media. I know we've got a Ducket rod and reel coming up very soon for you to win.
Rods.
Some stuff from 13 Fishing, some stuff from Sonic as well potentially. And then as we go along, we're looking to. I'm going to give a sneaky.
Go on, give a sneaky. I knew you were going to give a sneaky.
I'm going to finish with this teaser. Yeah. It's not going to be for several months, but we're going to partner. We're going to work closely with some of our partners, people like Evinrude, for some really, really special prizes. We're talking like being flown in for special events, being looked after by pro anglers, that kind of thing.
Taken abroad.
Absolutely, but we need you guys to be all over our social media to make these things happen.
The more people we can tell, the more people that buy this game, the more sort of things like that we can do.
Absolutely.
Get the word out there, and good things will happen.
Yep, it'd be great to be able to take some of you guys to like the Bassmaster Classic next year, the 50th anniversary of it,
the World Carp Championships.
Yeah, so watch this space. Absolutely. Thank you very much, and we keep sending us the feedback. We'll be going through this log now.
Absolutely.
And
Stephen's not going home until he's done it.
No, exactly. He's here till midnight, and we will speak to you soon, and see you later.
Bye. Have fun,
Bye,
guys and girls.